And so this thing called the social progress imperative was born. I didn't come up with the original idea, but when I heard the idea for doing this, I said, the time for this has come. As a scholar in this field of development and economic development, and as one who's increasingly been focusing on integrating the private sector, not just into economic development, but into social development, the time had come, I think, for this effort. The reason I'm here today, and those of you that were at the session this morning have already heard this, the reason I'm here today is that when we created this idea, we looked for places in the world that we could put it into practice. And the first country that raised the hand was Paraguay. So here we are today. It's a dream for me to be in the first country in the world to adopt what I think is going to be a powerful tool for social progress. And everything that's happened since I've been here has only made me even more sure that this is going to happen and can happen. And economic development is a classic strategy problem. It requires thinking about the whole, not just about the parts. And the mistakes are made when nations and leaders don't think that way, when they think that all they have to do is sign a trade agreement and they'll succeed. Well, a trade agreement is good, but that's not enough. There's a lot of other things that have to happen. Economic development, we've learned, requires a lot of time. You know, you can't make a nation competitive in a year or 2 or 5 years. It's a long game. And the nations that succeed are relentless. They never stop. They just keep getting better. And that's because they measure and hold themselves accountable and are constantly trying to raise the bar. In terms of the use of this framework, we, of course, have now issued the first year of the framework. We started with a list of 50 different countries because of data and wanted to get started in a manageable way. We will have the second version of this in April of next year, of 2014, and it will have about 100 to 120 countries. And the model and the framework and the data will be improved based on the feedback that we've gotten from around the world. Paraguay, as you see, is number 27 on this list, and that turns out to be good. You see Paraguay is above the line. That is, you're doing better on social progress than you would expect given the current level of income. And we have some strengths, which are in green here. These are all the individual variables, and the numbers are the particular rank in terms of where Paraguay is among the 50 countries. So unfortunately, on undernourishment, which is lack of adequate nutrition, you are 44 out of the 50 countries. So this is a serious fundamental problem for our social progress. We are very, very excited that government here in Paraguay has formally agreed and adopted this way of measuring, which is a little bit scary for social cabinet members. Because all of a sudden, they can look at this thing and say, uh-oh, I'm in charge of this, and it's not going well. Okay, but so we're very, very excited that the leaders here are willing to actually be open and transparent about how things are going. This slide looks at the relationship between social progress on the left and GDP and spending, government spending. What do we learn from this? We learn that spending more doesn't necessarily improve social progress. It's really how you spend it and how efficient you are and how the quality of the spending. And Paraguay is, even though you're not spending a huge percentage of GDP, you're doing quite well relative to other countries. Certainly looked at the overall index. We're here. We're committed. We'll be back if you're ready and if you want us to, but this is our opportunity to change the direction of this society, and that opportunity is absolutely there. I promise you, if you do your work, it will work. It will succeed. Thank you.